Hey there, Kendal here. It is lunchtime in Texas, and I have an awesome lunch date. So that is always good, right? It's good to have lunch dates. It's good to go and enjoy food and drink and conversation, community, experience, all that good stuff, especially in this time where shutdown is still occurring at great measures. Um, I was running around and cleaning my house this morning. Took some moments to clean my house, get my shit in order, as I like to say, because when I get my outside world in order, get my house in order, well, I'm getting my house in order. And that is part of the process that I think that we all kind of need to be more aware of. When we are living in chaos, when we are living in a state of not knowing what we want, what we desire, that creates a lot of chaotic energy in our lives. So one of the ways that I deal with that when I am coming in out of a funk or trying to pull myself out of a funk, which I definitely have been in this week, where I've just kind of been a little more scattered, a little bit, that's not, I don't know, feeling like I'm on shifting ground kind of, with a lot of desire, a lot of hunger, but not really knowing what it is that I really need. And this is where I hang myself up, what I need to focus in on. And here's the thing: when we run around and we do what I do so well of what should I do, what should I do, what should I do, what's the next move, what do I need to do, what is required of me to get this done in whatever subject area it might be, what do we actually do? We create chaos. We don't have a tidy home. And that home that I'm speaking of is not necessarily your brick and mortar building that you live in, but the home of your mind, the home of your heart. And those are the two areas that we have to really get clarity in, is the mind and the heart. When we have clarity in our mind and our heart with any subject in our lives, whether that is love, money, health, work, whatever it is, our children, spiritual stuff, it does not matter. No matter what it is that we need clarity in, the place that we have to go is to our mind and to our heart. And as long as we're running around asking ourselves, what should I do? Or what is required of me? Or what do the people in my world need me to do or want me to do? We are putting out that energy of lack of power, no certainty. So we can sit there and we can say, like for instance, right now in my world, I'm actually contemplating doing a physical move with my house. And I've kind of fallen out of love with my home, with my neighborhood, with the situation at hand that I have. And even though I have a great house, I love my neighborhood, I drive into my neighborhood and I have tons of gratitude for it, I am sitting in a land of I feel radical change coming on. I'm like, I need to potentially consider this. But then there's a nervousness, and I'm like, well, what do I want in a new house? What do I want? What does that look like? How many kids are moving with me? What does it look? What is it? And I found myself last night laying in my bed, house hunting, just on Zillow and just house hunting and looking at everything. And I realized I need more clarity. I need more direction. But you know what else was coming up for me? What do my kids want? How are my older kids that are out of the house going to perceive this? Is this the right move for me at this time? Should I? Shouldn't I? All this kind of stuff. And what I came to the realization of is that as long as I am sitting there going, should I, shouldn't I? As long as I am wondering what are my older children that are adults going to think of mom moving, right? Because that means that I'm creating distance between my children, since we share a fence line, since we're so close and everything. But I'm creating that chaos right there inside myself, that uncertainty of the move. And this is what I'm doing. I'm proclaiming in one way, this is what I want for myself. I want a freshness. I want this newness. I have this picture in my head and I see it laid out, right? Now this is a house. I see it. I do. I see what I'm wanting. The perfect scenario. But then what do I end up doing? I end up going, well, should I? What are the girls gonna say if mom puts 10 minutes between her and them? how's this going to relate to, you know, like events that I hold at my house? How is this going to affect my children that are still at home, my little ones, right? My kindergartner and my second grader. You know, what if I can't find what I want? Every single time we do something like that, when we go into the what ifs, every single time we start to look at what it might mean to others, what we end up doing is we take all that momentum that we started to build in what we are desiring, okay, the power, because that's what momentum is. It is our power of focus, our power of desire. And we take that and we throw it to the side. We just cast it out. Like, whatever, don't really want it, I guess. So God, the universe, source energy, is watching us, is going, okay, well, I got the ball moving over here on, you know, that house that you had in your mind, on that yummy feeling of that situation that you had in your mind. But then you decided to start to worry. You decided to start to wonder if it could even be, if it was reasonable, if you were okay to ask for it, if you're worthy of that dream, that desire. And when we create that doubt, because that's what it comes down to, when that doubt comes in, whether that is worry, concern, logic, reasons, yummy reasons that we have, oh, I can't do it because of, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I don't know if this will happen or that will happen, right? That doubt, it basically takes the momentum and flatlines it, okay? So what you're wanting to do, and here's the thing, we can have anything that we apply our focus to, but we have to apply our focus for a long enough period of time to create the manifestation momentum for it to actually pop into our lives. But what we end up doing is having limited focus, like microscopic focus. We go, oh yeah, that sounds good. Oh yeah, I want that. I want the lover in my bed. I don't know. I just keep meeting the same people over and over again, different bodies, but you know, the last one was this, blah, blah, blah. You see? Oh, I want this. Oh, I want that. Oh, I want a better job. Oh, I want to have, you know, this amount of travel. Oh, I wish that my children would. Oh, I wish that my body would. We desire so much for our lives, and we can have it all, but we have to take it upon ourselves to know that we are powerful, and it is not in our actions that the power really comes in. That's a lot of energy that can really be saved. We don't have to exert ourselves physically, action based, to make our dreams come true. What we have to do is keep the focus, keep the faith, and keep that energy moving forward to create the momentum. Because when energy has that momentum, and the universe does love speed, it loves to bring us what we want quickly, really quickly. But that requires us to know what we want, and that's very important to know. So clean up your houses, guys. Clean up your houses right here. Know what you want. And then it also requires us to stay committed to our dreams, to our desires, to those wants. And that means to not just whimsically go, oh, well, I'll just, go with whatever comes, and allow negative thoughts to come, allow worry to come, allow scarcity feelings to come, allow fear to come in, doubt, logic as to why you can't have your dreams, why you need to wait just a little bit longer to have them. Because you don't have to wait. God doesn't want you waiting. God wants you thriving. So I ask you today, this is definitely a quick conscious coffee. I have no coffee, lunchtime, all that good stuff. Off to my date. I ask you today to look at where you're holding yourself back, where your house isn't clean, where your thoughts aren't clean, aren't organized. Organize your thoughts, organize your feelings, and stay attuned to what you want, which means to stay in alignment to it, right? And that alignment means to stay focused. Stand in that focus, because I promise you this, everything that you have wanted, it's there for you, and you get exactly what you focus on 100% of the time. So what are you focusing on? I hope it's some good shit. I really do. Let's make 2021 amazing, because we each have the power to make our own lives amazing. And if we make our own lives amazing, then we make the world amazing. We can come out of all of this doing phenomenal. Realize that. But the power resides within each of us to make those choices for self and to start to see our lives the way we want instead of the way we fear. So, on that note, beautiful workshops coming up in January for local people here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. You can find out those things on my events tab at www.kendalwilliams.com. I have some beautiful announcements that will be being made shortly after the new year, maybe on New Year's. I don't know. I'll be in Colorado enjoying the sun with my man and everything. I mean, the sun and the snow in Colorado. I can't wait to actually get up there and just, it's going to be so wonderful. Anyways, and then off to Mexico after that. But yeah, so I've got some beautiful announcements because things are changing. 2021 is a beautiful birth year for my practice, for my business, for my coaching. I'm making some radical changes in a lot of areas of my life. So brace yourself, everybody, to see some amazing new programs coming out, some global events, and hopefully a book as well. So I love you guys. As always, know that you are worthy of thriving, of that fuck yes life. That's what you're here for. And you're supposed to have it with great speed, okay? But that requires your focus, your clarity. Clean up your house, clean up your thoughts, your emotions. Stay focused to what you want, not what you fear. And remember, stop existing, start living. You're supposed to be living, not just getting by. I love you guys, and I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee.